Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Thank you very much for being here. We're very excited. As you know, this is an info session for the next Innovation Olympics, starting already in a few weeks. We're pretty excited to do this. I am Arnaldo Arnal. We got over here a couple of lovely ladies. I see that people are already starting to join. If you can just add in the chat. There's on the right side of your screen, you're going to see a Gotomeeting tool. You can put in there what school are you coming from, or what country, region, wherever you're coming from. We always love to hear where you guys are coming in for this info session. And if throughout the session you have any questions whatsoever, you can use that tool to talk with us. So thank you again very much for everybody to being here, and let's start with this info session. So main objectives for today's info session, well, a quick introduction to IXL's Innovation Olympic to potential students, to potential members, to potential future participants, and if you're interested, obviously we love it for when people share this information with others, so please do so. Another objective, share best practices of winning teams. So, well, there's two sides of this, is best teams that actually apply and participate, and what are the best teams that actually win first or second place of the Innovation Olympics. And then we're going to talk about some guidelines on how to enroll into the program and how to participate, and obviously clear out any questions that you guys might have throughout the way. So let's do a quick introduction of the agenda we're going to be doing today. So basically, four key things that we're going to be covering. Who's IXL Center and the Gym Institute? The IXL Innovation Olympics program overview. So we're going to go deeply on every step of the way. What are you going to be looking at for throughout the program? And best practices of winning student teams, and talk about some next steps. And in the end, we're just going to do a quick Q&A to answer any questions you guys might have. So with no further ado, I would like to introduce the team. So girls, ladies, Julia, do you want to start? Go ahead.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Julija Kaminskaite, and I am joining this info session from Lithuania. And I am the Gym team representative today. So Gym Institute is, Arnaldo will introduce it soon. So, but I am representative of this institution. And throughout the IXL Innovation Olympics, if you join the program and if you get selected, I will be your point of contact in regards of innovation management certification and for the other matters that you find important me to contact.
Awesome. Thanks, Julia. Maria.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maria Pullin, and I'm talking from Miami. Thanks, Julia. So I'm Maria Pullin, and I am an analyst at IXL Center. I'm also the Ambassador Program Coordinator. So if you guys are interested in being part of the Ambassador Program, which will be introduced later, I'm the right person to contact, and I can let you know everything about it, benefits and everything. And so I'll be there for you guys, as well as answering questions with Julia and Arnaldo, Innovation Olympics program. So happy to be here and happy to have you guys here today. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Maria. And I am Arnaldo Arnal. I'm consultant here at IXL Center, based in Boston, and also work with these two lovely ladies for recruiting over 1,000 students every year for the Innovation Olympics. So with no further ado, let's start this info session. So this program is brought to you guys in part by the IXL Center and the Global Innovation Management Institute. So you might say, who are these two lovely institutions? Well, IXL Center is a consulting firm focused on innovation. So you could see us as a think tank based in Boston. We're always looking to not only help companies find results and get those results, but we also focus on building capabilities focused on innovation. So building innovation capabilities on teams, on companies, on different institutions to up their game on their innovation side of things. And the other side is which is the Global Innovation Management Institute. This is a nonprofit institution that certifies in innovation. They have a mission, which is basically democratize innovation worldwide, and through the Innovation Olympics, they bring in training and certification to all of you guys, completely for free. For free. Let me repeat that. It's FREE, free innovation training and certification to all of you guys. So definitely appreciate it, take it, learn it, and use it for the future. So that's Jimmy, IXL Central. little bit about the program overview. Let's see exactly what you guys will be working on for when you enter the program. Basically, the program works as this. You will have one sponsor, one client, one company that will have one specific challenge, a growth challenge. Where is their next growth going to be coming from? So this company will be set together with 5 different university teams, 5 different teams from different universities from all over the world. They can be MBAs, MIBs, well, Masters of International Business, Masters of Finance, Master of Marketing, or PhDs. So we have a mix of masters and postdoctors, post-PhDs, and even undergrads in the program participating to find the best solutions to this particular challenges. These challenges can be around their new market entry strategy, or going after a new product, service, or technology, or how to enhance customer experience or transform an existing business model that they currently have in order to create barriers to entry for others. So basically, you will be working for about 8 weeks to find the best solution to this particular challenge. So what are the types of challenges that we've seen in the past? These are just some examples to some of the types of companies and some of the types of challenges that you might be working on. So as we mentioned, you might be working on something that is around growth challenge. So with IBM, we help them find ways to enhance digital accessibility towards cognitive impaired population. That being said, the aging population. So how can they better find new solutions to the aging population? Have you heard of them? Baby boomers. They're one of the biggest, richest people in the world right now, richest markets in the world. So IBM was targeting them and trying to find new solutions for them. Then Arbor International. You've probably never heard of Arbor International because it's a small firm just starting here in the U.S., but they're a huge company in Brazil, and they are looking to doing a market entry strategy into the U.S. So teams are right now doing research. They're out there in the streets testing out their products with different people, finding innovative ways to capture more market and bring their products into the U.S. And then companies like Airbus, that I'm sure that many of you have heard before, the largest European multinational corporation that manufactures, designs, and sells military and aeronautical products. These guys are worked on creating a vision for what will the future passengers jets look like in the next 20 years. So imagine how will that industry look like in 20 years. So students worked on that particular challenge to helping Airbus define the future of travel industry. So that was pretty exciting as well. So these are just some types of challenges that we have seen, that we have worked on, and we're currently working on right now to do the Innovation Olympics. So moving forward, how the program is structured, you will have what we call a program director. Under that program director, we have a program manager, and that program manager basically manages the whole program, where we can have anything between 10 to 15 to even 20 clients or sponsors every quarter. So we run this 4 times a year, and we can get anything from 10 to up to 20 clients every cycle. With every client will have a consultant from IXL Center as a mentor, working with them as a liaison between the teams and the client. Within every client, there will be 5 different teams from different universities. So each university will be working with that client in particular. So it's not that you're going to be working on different challenges. You're only going to be working with that challenge with that client in particular. You now need to find yourself what we call a faculty mentor. And it is required in order to apply to the program to find a faculty mentor. That faculty mentor will be a subject matter expert in a particular matter that you're going to be working on. That faculty mentor will simply be a second set of eyes that can guide you or help you and give you feedback, give you ways to improve your presentations or your strategies, or even connect you to their own network. And then every team consists of 4 to 6 students that should all be from the same university. It can be current students or alumni. It can be a mix. In fact, we encourage for you guys to be a mix of graduates, postgraduates, undergrads, a very solid mix of different types of students that embrace that team. Now, it's between 4 and 6 students. we highly suggest that there are 5 students. 5 is a magical number, so that's the number you want to try looking for. So that is basically how the program is designed. Types of universities that have participated and are participating and will be participating in these types of challenges, well, they are many. We have worked with over hundreds of different types of universities from all over the world. So if you are currently in Philippines and you're interested in participating, awesome, come right in. We're more than happy to working with you. We have done in the past. We're working with universities from all over, from from one of the best top 10 universities in the world to the best university in a particular country. You will see your university there. So if you don't see your university right here, right now, that is maybe because the logo is not there because we haven't updated the slide, or basically your university has not participated yet. So we're very excited to having you in our next cycle of the Fall Innovation Olympics. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about that types of clients. So types of clients that we've worked in the past, hundreds of different types of clients that we've worked in the past. You can see from small startups that are looking to do their market entry strategy, all the way up to Fortune 100 clients that are looking to disrupt their own industries, all the way to nonprofit organizations. So I personally worked with the Capital Area Food Bank, which is the largest food bank in the U.S. These guys are based in Washington, D.C., and we worked with them to define new ways to up their game on getting more volunteers and more donors to their base. So it was social impact challenges, we got for-profit impact challenges, we got breakthrough innovations, we got all types of challenges, all types of companies participating in these programs. So moving forward, we're going to talk a little bit about now how the program works. So the program lasts for about 8 weeks. Okay, so depending on the client, depending on the challenge you're working on, it will last anything from 8 to 9 weeks. We start off with a kickoff basically with the client, where the client will pitch their innovation intent, as we call it. In that innovation intent, they will be talking about what is their case for change, why do they need to innovate, what is their growth gap, what's their goals, what are they looking for basically, and what is that particular challenge that they need to work on. In 1 hour, they will be presenting all of this information, and in the 30 minutes, you will be able to have a Q&A directly with that client. So you will be talking directly with either C-level executives, VPs, very executive people from this company. And here you will start sharing how smart you really are and why should they actually recruit you in the future, right? So basically, starts off with that kickoff, with that info set, with that webinar. That everything's done online, by the way. Just wanted to clear that out again. Then you will spend 2 weeks doing research. Now, in this 2 weeks, it is the first 2 weeks of the program. It is very collaboratively. So you will be working with your team to gather as much data as possible. Not only get data, get insights from that data. So get that data, get insights, get smart about it, and then after 2 weeks, we're going to do what we call in the Opportunity Insights presentations, where you will share all of that data gathered in a beautiful business opportunity map. You'll learn what it is, a business opportunity map, once you start the program, but basically is a business model canvas on steroids. So you'll get information from all over their value chain, different competitors, adjacencies, adjacent industries, and so on, in order to find best idea fragments for your particular company. And you know what's the best part of this? That all this research that you're doing, you're going to be able to share it with all the other 4 teams. So that way we can all get that much smarter, that much faster. So this is a great way to really be the smartest guy in the world about that particular challenge that you're going to be working on. This will be done, again, online, where you will find the 5 teams on a 1 hour to 2 hour webinar, where you will all be sharing your insights and having very fruitful discussions about the challenge that you're going to be working on. 2 weeks after this, you're going to be presenting what we call fields of play. A particular field of play is an opportunity space where the client can move into. So for Apple, it was iTunes. When they created iTunes, through iTunes, they can offer downloading music, downloading the streaming of videos, downloading apps, and so on. So iTunes was a field of play, an opportunity space for Apple. That's what you're going to be finding, but not only one. You're going to find 5 fields of play. So that's 5 fields of play for your clients to choose from. Now, your client will choose one of those 5 fields of play selected. You'll present those 5 in a 30-minute presentation with a Q&A followed by that and feedback coming from the client, so you will be better aligned to the client's needs. So after the client has selected that one field of play for you to move into, then you will spend another 2 weeks building what we call business concept. A business concept is something that has a market, a channel, an offering, a way to produce it, and a business model. So those 5 key elements need to be in one business concept. But again, you're going to be presenting five business concepts in your next presentation to the client in a 30-minute presentation, followed by a Q&A and feedback loop from the client, where the client will be selecting one concept for you to move forward. Once that client has selected that one concept for you to move forward, you are going to go as deep as you can on understanding how feasible this business concept is. And you're going to be creating a full-on business case and implementation plan for your client to move forward. You're going to talk about how big is the market, how rapidly they can grow, why are they going to win, what are the risks and opportunities they will take, what are specifically the next steps for them to move forward. So you're going to be doing interviews, you're going to be doing focus groups, you're going to be doing brochures, prototypes, prototypes. You got to test this out in the market. So you're going to be going very deep on understanding how big this opportunity for your client is. So that being said, that is the full process of how it goes. You're going to, again, present your business case to your client in a 30-minute presentation, followed by a Q&A and feedback loop. And in the end, the client will select the winner, number one and number 2 place of who was the best 2 teams that participated, that shared not only the best idea, but that worked as the best consulting team to that particular client. So, that being said, let's move forward. So now I'm going to leave it to Julija to talk a little bit about what are the benefits for you guys. What is in for you? We talked about everything that the client's going to get, and now everything that you're going to be getting. Julija, go ahead.
Thanks, Arnaldo. Thanks a lot. So talking about the benefits, as we mentioned in our emails and when we were reaching out to you, we said there are a lot of benefits for you joining this competition. And of course, if you get selected. So first of all, you get a chance to work with senior executives basically from day one. And you know that very well. When you start your career, usually you start on this pretty low step and then you move forward, and then eventually you get a chance to work with those senior executives. This happens from day one. You start working, you listen to the challenge, you give questions, and you work with them from day one. Then another thing is that you learn world-class methodology. So this is a Gym Institute methodology, and to make you sure that is actually world-class methodology. So this methodology is being applied basically to every continent in the world, well, except Antarctica, but and there are many companies that are working with this methodology. The biggest SME accelerator in the world is using this methodology. So you will learn this methodology and hopefully you will apply that throughout the process and beyond. Then, if you learn this methodology, you complete 5 quizzes, you will get the certification proving your knowledge in innovation management, and that will be completely free for you. Another benefit is for you that you will be included the resume book. So Maria will be your point of contact for the resume book. So this resume book is going to be dispersed with the entire Gym Institute network, which includes a lot of course, corporate clients and partners, nonprofit organizations, governmental organizations, and so forth. Of course, guys, another benefit for you is that it will be hard work. It's not easy. Don't have those unfair expectations. It's a lot of work. You need to really manage your time very well, but at the same time, it's fun. You get to meet a lot of different people. You can experience this competitive spirit. You can work at the same time with the student teams from Philippines, then someone from Holland, and then someone from Canada. So this is a great competition, and you will have a lot of fun working in that. And finally, as Arnaldo mentioned, there will be a winner, first place winner and second place winner. And so your team has a chance to win either $4,000 or $2,000 respectively on the place you get. So these are very few benefits, and moving forward, here is the way it is being scheduled. So now we are getting ready for fall session. And as you see here, the next session should start at the beginning of October, and then it goes further entire the process and ends in mid-December. And the deadline for applications is 28th of September. However, the earlier you apply, the better, because we start selection process the moment we get some clients stepping in. So if we get some clients signing the agreements now, we will look for suitable teams for them already now as well. So the earlier you apply, the better chances for your team to be selected. Then talking about the benefits more, and actually what will happen throughout the process. Well, I mentioned for you guys that you will get Gym Institute certification and you have to complete quizzes. And so how it happens is that you will have a chance to attend 5 Gym Institute webinars that are going to be delivered by innovation consultants from different regions in the world. So it's not only that you learn those 5 steps of our methodology, but you also have a chance to leverage on those consultants' experience and also get some insights from the industries and regions they have worked at. So you get to know what is happening in Latin America, what is happening in Europe, what is happening in Asia, and that will work for your own benefit and for your additional dots that you will need to get in order to manage the challenges that you will be working on. Another thing is that you as a team will get 1-hour webinar from Management Consulting Institute. And so you will learn of tools and techniques of the management consulting companies that are being applied in management consulting companies such as Big Four. So, you know, it's BCG, it is KPMG, and so forth. So those tools are being used by those big companies, and definitely you can use the same tools as well. Also, throughout the program, you will get access to innovation management software solution that is Eureka. It's the same software that is being used by many companies across the globe, and so you will see how it works and what kind of outcome you can get from that. And of course, you can get connected to LinkedIn via Mentor, and so there you have a chance to talk with the past participants, with the future participants, as well as to people who are actually placing the challenges for IXL Innovation Olympics. We will share links to those groups in a moment. So, but please connect to those groups right now and start leveraging on the contacts that are there. All right, so from here, Maria will take over, and she will tell you of the best practices of winning student teams, as well as she will give you some tips how to be selected to participate in the IXL Innovation Olympics.
Great, thank you, Julia. So hello, everyone. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what do you guys need to be rock stars in this Innovation Olympics Challenge, right? And so first of all, as they were mentioning before, we highly, highly encourage diversity. And when we say diversity, it goes across everything. It goes across your nationality, it goes across your experience. Maybe you have a different background. And so people always ask themselves, listen, I'm not a consultant, but I would really like to explore either the industry or I would like to be part of it. And maybe your background is something that's not really related to consulting, and that's perfectly fine. You guys can join the program because we highly encourage all of these different backgrounds, academic backgrounds, and then as well professional backgrounds. So if you guys have some certain expertise, it's even better. Why? Because when you guys come together, you guys really leverage on each other's strengths and weaknesses, and of course, the experience you guys have had in the past. So everyone has a different a different hat to wear throughout the program, and if you guys have a different background, it's even better. So the more the merrier, and so we highly, highly encourage that diversity because we've seen that before, and very diverse teams really, really piggyback on each other and pick on their brains and get that amazing strength from each other to be better and be a better team, right? So we highly encourage diversity. Then discipline. We know this program, right, goes in parallel to your daily lives, right? Some of you are studying, some of people are working and studying, and some are just working. So we understand that you guys have a very, very busy schedule. But at the same time, there's always some allocated time to be productive in this program. And so we highly encourage you guys to try to be on top of things. In what way? For example, the webinars that Julia was talking about, those webinars are given, as she was saying, by really high qualified consultants. And so it is really good for you guys to be there on the spot, asking questions, picking on their brains, and being involved with them, because you guys have access to one consultant in like 1 hour. So you guys can literally do whatever you guys can to get all of the information necessary from that consultant. So being on top of those webinars are great for you guys to be on track and then not fall behind, because one thing leads to the next. And so this methodology builds up bases. So if you guys are learning something, then from that you build on the next stage, and so on and so forth. So we highly encourage you guys to be on track of your webinars and doing your quizzes in order to get your certification. And of course, on trying to join all the mentor sessions, because the mentors are very, very, very busy as well. They're consultants trying to have different projects at the same time, and they're allocating 1 hour of their week just for you, one-on-one, literally with your team. You guys can sit there and ask about anything regarding like experiences on the past that you think might help you in your challenge, or maybe suggestions, insights. You can literally do the best you can on that hour with a mentor weekly, and get the best out of it. So we highly, highly encourage the discipline of like being part of those mentor sessions. We understand sometimes someone has something else on their schedule, but we highly suggest that discipline, because the mentors are really going to provide you the best guidance on how to be rock stars. So what else than to be best friends with your mentors? And so as you can see, Arnaldo's nodding his head because he's experienced this before, and really having that one-on-one with their students first builds a really good relationship, and later it really helps the mentorship and guidance throughout the program. And anything you guys want, because we know there's a value of despair throughout the program. You guys get excited at first, then you start struggling a little bit, it becomes more challenging, and then you go back up being very happy about your results. So your mentors are going to be there to guide you guys. So we really try to leverage on that end. And then, of course, research. We highly encourage you guys to conduct both primary and secondary research. We really push at different stages for you guys to get on the street and literally do the research one-on-one, asking people instead of waiting for something to be produced to go and ask the market. We push you guys to create on the most simplest way. Just create a page and show it to someone. We really push you guys to do both primary and secondary research. And so you're going to be learning more of those skills that can later be applied to your future programs or projects. So we highly encourage that, because, for example, we've had experiences of mentors, from ambassadors or alumni from the past, that they say, listen, I learned so much that now I want to implement this on the company that I'm working for, or on their personal companies as well. So all of these things, you guys have to really value how much they're worth, because companies, big companies around the world, use this methodology in order to accelerate fast. And so we're giving it to you guys. It's an opportunity for you guys to take it on, learn it, and really, again, have this good relationship with your mentor and learn as much as you can from yourselves, from your peers, from the client, from everyone, right? So it's a very, very gratifying learning experience. And those are like the main things that we recommend to you guys to be on track and really do great on this Innovation Olympics. And of course, if you guys have questions for the client, and you guys get as much as you put into it, literally. So we'll give you that option of literally getting out there and asking as much as you can, getting involved as much as you can. And those who are the most involved and most engaged are the ones that perform the best throughout the challenge. So those are the main key points on what will make you guys rock stars in this Innovation Olympics challenge. And now the next steps is, if you go next, Julia. Thank you. So guys, we're recruiting, as you guys know already, for this upcoming cycle. And so we're gonna go ahead and you guys can see here the link for you guys to apply. We're also gonna post it here in the chat box so that you guys can just literally click on it and start filling out your application. And the deadline for applications is September 28th. But we highly suggest you guys to start applying as early as possible, because we do start selecting teams according to client expectations and requirements. And of course, the first teams that go coming were the teams that will start analyzing and reviewing their applications, right? And so we highly suggest you guys do this right off the bat if you're interested in participating, and then fill out the form and your team members as well, as part of the application. We also highly encourage you guys to have a mentor, a faculty mentor on your team, because those mentors from your university usually are industry experts that might be helping you guys throughout the challenge, bouncing off ideas, getting ideas from them as well. And so we highly encourage you guys to have a faculty member in your team for throughout the challenge. And so those are some of the things, and you're gonna see again on the form all the things we ask for you guys to give to us. But happy to give you guys the link over there and for you guys to apply as soon as possible. So thank you, Julia. I think now, if we go next to the next slide, we have some time allocated for Q&A.
Awesome. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Julia. So let's
Thank you, Arnaldo.
let's now move into questions. So now is the time when you guys, we still have half an hour left, so we would love to spend as much time as possible answering any question you guys might have about the program, how to apply, when, everything you need to know about the specific programs that we have not talked about today, and you might be interested in talking a little bit more about.
So Arnaldo, here is the first question. And that is related to the emails we were sending out. We mentioned for the student teams that they have to create a 2-minute video, YouTube video, and send it to us representing their team. So students are asking what should be in that video.
Awesome. Good question. Good question. And to that question, how I can answer is, well, you guys can be as creative as you want, all right? We want you guys to share how professional, how diverse your team is, how prepared your team is to participate in this program. Why should we pick you and not the team sitting right next to you, right? So we need to know why. Why should we go for you? So you want to share how diverse you guys are, how prepared, how good English speakers you have, because it's important that most of the clients, in fact, all the clients' presentations will be in English. So it doesn't matter where you're from. What matters is that you have a solid English speaker in your team. So share who's that solid English speaker in your team, or if you are the solid English speaker and you want to practice more, so share how good you are on those with your speaking skills. But we want you to be creative with those videos. Take up to 2 minutes max, but this will definitely up your game in the possibilities of being selected for the coming Innovation Olympics cycle. Thank you, Julia, for that question.
Thank you, Arnaldo.
Yep.
On that end, Arnaldo, also, guys, for the videos, really, don't get too complicated. It's really just a matter of how you guys put yourselves out there professionally, more or less what we like to see. Of course, if you guys can make it a very pro video, it's fine, but we know the applications, we're going to make them as smooth as possible. So it's just really a matter of you guys perform professionally and really get that insight of what your team looks like or the team dynamics. So just to make a small comment on that end. So I think, do you guys have the questions that Julia, that you're going to ask?
No, there was one question from, just a second.
So there's a question here. Yeah, so the question says, question I'm seeing, it says, hey, do you guys have a particular case in which a student has been engaged or hired by a company that they work for? And yes, we have many cases like this. In fact, this is one of the huge benefits of working directly with a client, is that you are showing to the client how good you are and why should they recruit you. So it's a great opportunity for you to share your experience, your expertise in order to do so. I'm currently working with one of the top 5 largest pharmaceuticals in the world, and they hired a participant from the Innovation Olympics, and we're working with that student as an intern that's working in that particular case. Similarly, we with a company, maybe you have not heard of them. The company name is, they're called Edgewell, but they are the main competitors of Gillette. They do Schick blades. So they hired as well a few teams from Calgary to work on, in fact, a few students from Calgary to work on their particular challenge. So we do see a lot of follow-on work after the Innovation Olympics, and most clients do ask to get one or two or a few or even the whole team to continue working on that particular challenge with the client. So yes, So yes, we do. Any other questions?
Yes, I have here, thank you, a past participant saying, hi guys, great to see you again. I participated in the competition last year, but unfortunately couldn't perform really well. I want to participate again. Is it possible? Does it affect any chances of getting selected?
So it does not actually affect any chances of being selected. In fact, if you went through the competition, most likely you will it will increase your chances of being selected because you already know the process, you already know how to do it, you already know what it takes to be a winner. So let me see. This is Nikhil. Nikhil, we are very happy to have you back in the team. Just remember, it's not because you already participated you're going to be in. You still need to apply, get yourself a great team, look at what you failed on before and make it better. So go and reach out to your past mentor, connect with him if you haven't done so yet, and have a call with him. Tell him, hey, Andre, I worked with you on this past challenge on the summer cycle or in the winter cycle. I want to apply again. What do you recommend for me to do for the next cycle? So yes.
Yeah, and that's a good comment, Arnaldo. Reaching back to your mentor is always great. To receive some feedback. We're in IXL Center, we're all about feedback. Feedback is great. It makes you be better. And so reaching out even to your own peers as well, thinking, guys, what do you think went wrong? I really want to participate again, and I really want to strive for the best. So what do you guys think were one of our weaknesses? And so when looking for a new team, you reflect on that, and either you get some sort of like different teammates that will help you be better, or you yourself take all that knowledge in and learn how to improve it to excel in this competition. But welcome to apply again. Again, past participants can always reapply. Actually, we had the case that many of them, either they've done well or not well, they reapply because they want to be part of it again and be involved with the different clients. I know there's a team that has participated in different seasons, but like 3 times in general, the International Olympics program. So we do encourage you guys to reapply as well. And of course, those of you who have never applied, of course, we highly encourage you guys to apply, and we're ready to see your applications as well. So thank you. And I have here a question that says, if I'm interested and I do not have a team, can I still apply? So do you want
Go ahead, Maria.
On that end, yes. So first of all, we obviously we encourage you highly to apply with a team, like a complete team. As a reminder, there's a minimum of 4 students per team and a maximum of 6. And so we highly encourage you guys that when you apply and you don't know your next team members, you write TPD to be determined. And then we're going to provide you with some of the documents that you guys can use to either showcase it to your network or share with your friends to see if someone else is interested in joining. And if that's not the case, we can definitely check out and see if we can pair you guys up with different universities and form a complete team that would have a specific team a specific university represented. So for example, we grab Arnaldo from Stanford, Julija from UPenn, Maria from Babson, and someone else from a different university like NYU. So we put them together, and the team decides, okay, we're going to be representing NYU. So you guys represent NYU, but it can be a combined team. Why? Because sometimes we have that case where students are interested, but they don't have a team. So we try to allocate as best as our abilities are and try to create teams for the university. So
yes.
I hope that was your question.
Awesome. And that being said, if I can add, we highly encourage to build your own team, obviously, because if you build your own team, you most likely have worked with them before, or you most likely have the same calendar or same work schedule with them. So it will help you work a lot better by getting yourself your own team. One of the things that you can do is share, like if you receive information from the International Olympics, share it through your Facebook group, share it with the clubs that you might be participating in. So you might be part of the strategy club, design thinking club, consulting club. Share it with them, share the information with them, and see if there are more people that might be interested in applying with a team with you.
Thank you, guys. There is another question. Can students pick up their own companies that they would like to work with?
Sure. Julia, do you want to answer that one?
Yes, I can answer. So guys, what we do, and that's why there is the selection process, that we scan the teams, we look through your LinkedIn profiles. That's why make sure you actually polish them. From now on, we also will check your YouTube videos. And based on what we find out, we try to match you with the best companies. And the thing is, it's not only the company, it's also the challenge that is very specific. Sometimes we have companies requesting that those would be engineers from very specific area with very specific skills. So you might be very excited to work with very international company when they are actually focused on a very specific region, and that's why we have to match them with the certain teams. So guys, you can express your preferences. It's okay. Then we would know that you might be more excited to work for certain companies. But the final matching, the final selection is happening, first of all, first round is by IXL Center team, and then the client has the final say if they want to work with you or if they prefer the other teams.
Yep, exactly. And again, the faster you apply, the faster you'll sign up, the more chances we are of assigning you to a particular client. So the faster you sign up, the better.
Yeah, and as Julia was saying, make sure you do polish your LinkedIn profile, or you can also send us your resumes that are the most updated versions of them, and so we can actually take a look at that as well. But yeah, we do look at the applications very closely just to make sure we are aligning requirements versus a great team diversity and everything right for the client, so that on both ends it becomes a great match. So yeah. Great.
All right, so with that, since we already taking over 40 minutes, I think with that we can close our info session. And if you guys have any questions, here is some contact information of Arnaldo. Very similar contact information is Maria, so it would be maria.pullin, and then mine would be Julija.Kaminskaite. Well, anyways, we are reaching out to you guys, so you can contact us and contact us, and we will be glad to answer any questions that you have. And unless you guys have some final comments, I believe we can close for today.
Yep, that's it for now, guys. And as Julia and Maria mentioned before, you can go to IXLcenter.io. In there, there's also a chat box. You can ask any questions to the team through there. So that way you can engage with us. You don't have to remember anybody's names or email. Just IXLcenter.io. Go right there and start chatting with us. We're always very happy to answer any questions through that medium as well. That being said, thank you all very much for your time and your patience. It is great as always, to see you here, and we're very, very excited to have you in our coming fall cycle of the Innovation Olympics. Ciao.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.